What's going on, everybody? Stevie here with another video. I hope everybody's doing well out there. So in today's video, I'm going to be letting you guys know my 2023 pickup plan for the Mancave Arcade. So sit back, relax, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get it started. So welcome back to the channel, everybody. Appreciate you guys checking out this video today. So we're going to talk about my 2023 pickup plan for the Mancave Arcade. So the first thing I'm going to start with is Arcade1Up. So Arcade1Up announced the deluxe line, and they announced 4 cabinets in that line. The Pac-Man cabinet, Miss Pac-Man, Class of 81, and Mortal Kombat 2. Now, what I'm kind of thinking about doing, because I have updated a lot of these cabinets down here like 3 times already. So I'm not looking to do this full, switch where I update every single cabinet that I have again. I'm kind of done with that. I'm burned out. I don't want to do that anymore. But there is 2 cabinets that I am willing to maybe still update because of the fact that they're kind of my 2 favorite cabinets. And that's my Pac-Man cabinet and my Class of 81. Now, I have 3 different options of what I'm thinking about doing this year regarding the deluxe line. I'm either thinking about selling my Class of 81 and getting the deluxe Class of 81. So that way I have that one cabinet kind of spotlighted as far as just looking like the original cabinet, as far as form factor, no riser, that slanted screen. So that's the first option I'm kind of thinking about. The second option that I'm thinking of is selling my Class of 81 and Pac-Man cabinet and getting the deluxe Class of 81 and the deluxe Pac-Man. So that way I have those 2 together and it just looks great having those 2 side by side and having them both in that deluxe form factor. The last option is basically the same thing I just said, but instead of the Class of 81, I sell my Class of 81 to get the Miss Pac-Man deluxe. So that way I have Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man together again, like I had a couple years ago. So those are the 3 options I'm thinking of as far as maybe getting a deluxe cabinet down here, but I'm not really set on any of them. So I'm kind of all over the place, but there is a chance that by the end of the year, there might be at least one deluxe cabinet in my collection, and it's probably going to be one of the Namco cabinets. I would also be interested in a Golden Tee 3/4 scale deluxe cab if Arcade1Up makes one. So the next thing that I'm kind of hoping to pick up is either a stool for the Class of 81, because they haven't come out with a stool for that yet, or a stool for the Miss Pac-Man if I go that route. Even a Miss Pac-Man stool would work for the Class of 81, or a new Galaga stool would work for the Class of 81. So either or, I'm just looking for a stool for that cabinet because I have a stool for every single cabinet other than that one and the Simpsons. But here in Canada, we did not get the Simpsons bundle with the stool. And I've been looking everywhere just for that stool, on eBay and stuff like that. I just haven't come across it. I've kind of accepted that I'm not going to get the stool for the Simpsons, but I would like to get a stool for the Class of 81 or the Miss Pac-Man Deluxe if I go that route. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is some figurines and die-cast models that I want to bring into the Mancave Arcade. Now, over the last couple of years, I've really enjoyed collecting some Batman stuff. Batman's my #1 favorite superhero. I just love Batman. I love all the movies, and I love Batman the animated series. That was the series that I grew up watching and really has a special place in my heart. I love that show. So, with that being said, I've been collecting some Jada die-cast Batmobile models that also come with the little Batman figurine. And it's just been a blast collecting those. So, I'm looking to add another one to the collection, and that's the Justice League Batmobile with the Batman figure. I did have a smaller die-cast model of that, but I ended up selling it because I want the model to match all the other Batmobile die-cast models that I have, and it just bothered me that that one was a smaller one. I want the same size, so I'm looking to pick that up this year. Another thing that I'm looking to pick up, as I said to you guys a little while ago, I was a big fan of Batman the Animated Series, and they basically did a die-cast figurine set where it's Batman, Robin, Joker, and Harley Quinn. With these die-cast models, I keep them all in box, so I plan to do the same thing with this, with the figurines, but I'm looking to pick up that figurine set so I can display it with those die-cast models. And I'm also looking to get some figurines from the McFarlane line. Anybody that knows the McFarlane line, you know that he does some great work when it comes to doing like DC stuff and obviously Spawn, because Spawn's his thing. Now, he did 4 7-inch figurines from the Batman movie that just came out recently. And the Batman, Penguin, Catwoman, and Riddler have really been intriguing me every time I go on Amazon and see these little figurines. So I finally think that I'm going to pull the trigger on them. And what really kind of made me make that decision is because on the McFarlane Facebook page today, I saw that they're going to be doing the Dark Knight figures as well. So they're going to be coming out with Heath Ledger's Joker. They're going to be coming out with, you know, Christian Bale's Batman, Two-Face, the Scarecrow. I didn't see Bane yet, but I'm sure he'll be coming down the line as well. But that really intrigued me, and I knew I wanted to have those. So that kind of was finally what made me think, you know what, I'm definitely going to pull the trigger on the new Batman figurines, at least those 4 that I mentioned. So definitely going to be picking those up as well. So there'll be a big presence of Batman in the Mancave Arcade next year. So the next thing that I'm planning to pick up is I want to get a couple posters for this space. Now, I'm very limited as far as wall space. I feel like I got, you know, a ton of stuff on every wall. So I'm not looking to get too many new things, but right when you're coming down the stairs to the Mancave Arcade, there is one blank space where I have nothing. So I'm actually hoping to get 3 smaller posters. So I'm a big wrestling fan, and one poster that I've always loved ever since I was like a teenager was the Royal Rumble 2001 poster. It was basically drawn by like a comic book guy, and it just looks amazing. I've always loved it. It actually took influence from a prior poster that was done for a past Royal Rumble. I don't know if it was 91, 92, 93, somewhere along those lines, because I know Hulk Hogan was at the front, and Hulk Hogan was, I think he left in 93. So it was definitely like 93 or a little bit before that. I'm actually looking to pick up both those posters because I just think they're amazing. And that was, even though I'm a huge wrestling fan now, I follow WWE and AEW. I was like a huge wrestling fan in the 90s and early 2000s. Like that was everything to me. So I definitely want to add those 2 posters. And the last poster that I'm kind of hoping to add is some Mario oriented poster. Mario has been a constant when it comes to my love of video games. So I want to get something Mario oriented. I was kind of thinking maybe Super Mario 3, that poster, because Super Mario 3 is my favorite Mario game of all time. I mean, Super Mario World is pretty close. I mean, they kind of go back and forth, but Super Mario 3 was what obviously came first. So, and that's really what made Super Mario World that much better, because they took a lot of what was great about Super Mario 3 and kind of implemented that in Super Mario World and then added even more. So Super Mario 3 is super important, and that's really why it's my favorite. So I think I'm going to get that poster or some other Mario type poster. Yeah, they're all going to be at the very top of the steps. So that way when you're walking in, you'll get a glimpse of those. And it just really shows, you know, 2 passions of mine: pro wrestling and my love of Super Mario and just Super Mario games in general. So definitely looking to pick up those this year as well. So another thing that I collect in this basement is some Funko Pops. This year, I am looking to add to my Funko set, but only my UFC and wrestling portion of my Funko set. There's 2 UFC Funkos that I'm looking to pick up, the Daniel Cormier one and the Jose Aldo. I'm a huge UFC fan, and both those guys are in the Hall of Fame. They have those Funkos out, so I want to pick those up to add to my set. I only have 4 right now, so that will bring me up to 6. And then as far as my pro wrestling Funkos, I'm only collecting some wrestlers from the Attitude Era, because that was like the main time that I was like really a super fan. Even though I am a huge fan now, but that was like my super fan stage. So I'm hoping that they come out with an old school Kane Funko, because Kane was my guy back in like 97, 98, 99. And I would just love to have a Funko of that old school red and black suit that he used to wear. And I'm also looking for a Mankind one. I know they've done a Mankind one, but I'm looking to maybe get one that he's kind of wearing more the Rock and Sock Connection kind of style suit, where he was kind of wearing like the ripped dress shirt with the tie. I think they did make a version of that comes in a 2-pack with The Rock, but I already have The Rock, so I'm kind of hoping they just do a single Mankind one, and I would love to add that to my Funko collection. So the last thing that I'm looking to pick up is something that I've already pre-ordered, and it's an AEW game that's supposed to take a lot of what they kind of did back in the olden days with like WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercy. Those games for the N64 were phenomenal. I played those games for hours. So the fact that AEW is making a game that's going to take a lot of those elements, it definitely intrigued me. So I've pre-ordered this game on Amazon, but there's no date of when it's coming. So I'm waiting patiently. Either way, I know it's coming, so that's a huge positive, but I just don't know when. So that's another thing that I'm really looking forward to having in my man cave so I can play. And that's something that I'll try to definitely make a little more time for, because I do think I'm really going to have a blast with that game for sure. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this plan that I've laid out for some of the stuff I want to pick up this year for the Man Cave Arcade. Thanks again for watching the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Peace.